Hi, my name's Josh. Actually, a lot of people also call me Lucky. It has nothing to do with luck. It's just a long story that probably isn't really important. But what I do want to talk to you about, this is going to be kind of a blog that I'm going to get going, is my experimentation with nootropics. A friend of mine happened to mention them a little ways back, and I started doing some research into them. I've always personally had a lot of issues focusing. Sometimes when someone's talking to me and they mention something, my mind tends to go elsewhere, and then I go off on some tangent in my head, and then I come back and I missed half the conversation. I have no idea what's going on. And that happens a lot to me. Also, my memory over the past few years hasn't been so good, and frankly, I've also struggled with depression for many years and been able to overcome it a little bit because of my own efforts, but really, my mood is always, could use a little bit of an upliftment. So a lot of nootropics, if you start to look into it, which are also known as smart drugs, can help out with these types of, we'll call them afflictions. But in any case, I'm starting off right now, so I just want to give you a brief overview of what I'm going to be doing, and then you'll begin to see day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. of the different type of nootropics I'm going to be experimenting with. So first off, I purchased nootropics from a place called Health Supplement Wholesalers. I thought their pricing was pretty good, and they do a lot of testing on the substances. So it seemed in that it came out pretty good what I've read about them. So in any case, they were also incredibly quick on delivery, which I liked a lot. So just to show you what came in the package is, let's see, we got some anti-racetam. Now, anti-racetam. So anti-racetam falls into the racetam family, which has a lot to do with cognitive effects, both being able to focus, some memory skills, also some mood upliftment. There's also another racetam is oxyracetam. And oxyracetam does something similar, but there's a lot of different types of racetams. One of the most basic is paracetam, but there's also, I believe it's called pramiracetam, but there's a lot of different ones you can look up and research. But in any case, paracetam is one of the basic ones that a lot of people start with. I wanted to kind of up the ante, where a lot of people tend to get good effects with anti-racetam or oxyracetam. One of the big things that I hear about racetams, though, is when you take them, you need to take what's called a choline source. Choline is, I believe it's an amino acid. It's found in a lot of things like eggs and so forth. And if you don't get enough choline in your diet, you can end up getting a lot of severe headaches from taking these racetams. Now, there's all different types of choline sources. I wanted to try different things to see and mix and match and see which worked best. So I tried choline CDP, and I also got something called alpha GPC. You don't have to worry about the percentages on there. Basically, I think that's the percentage that the highest it can go before it starts to become things like liquids and so forth, different types of forms. In any case, so I'm going to be trying those. So I'm going to be trying the anti with the CDP. I'm going to be trying then the anti with the GPC. I'll try the oxy with the and with the CDP and also with the GPC. So I'll be trying them and mix matching, and I'm also planning to try the oxy and the anti together, and then also try them with the different choline sources to see what really works best. Some other things that I looked into is theanine right here. Theanine is actually what's big and what's in green tea, and that actually tends to apparently help out with caffeine. So a lot of times when you drink caffeine and coffee and so forth, you get jittery. You get that focus, but you get a little bit jittery. Apparently, if you add in the theanine, it tends to counteract those jittery effects and actually gives you more a sustained, calm focus. So I actually may just buy caffeine also and mix it with the theanine together and take it that way, because apparently you wouldn't believe how cheap caffeine is. I believe when I looked it up, a typical cup of coffee has 100 milligrams of caffeine in it. 100 milligrams when you buy it in powder is 2 cents. So it's like totally worth it. Some other things I'm looking into are sulbutamine. There's some good benefits of this one. And then there's another one called vinpocetine. That's another one. So again, I'm going to be just trying to mix these all in. Now, because I got these all in powder form, what I needed to get was a scale. Now, they come with scoops when they send it, and they're rough measurements, but I got a scale. Let me make sure that's right side up. It's this is a milligram scale. Had to calibrate it a few times, but it seems like it's going to be working, and it's not going to be perfect, because it's a milligram scale. Anything can really shake it a little bit, but it's going to be good to help out with that. Other things that I bought are, I went on to Amazon. I got that on Amazon, by the way. I also bought a bunch of capsules. These are 00 capsules. The 500, they usually hold about a half a gram. You can see right there it says these are empty capsules, 00. These are made with a beef gelatin, but you can probably find them vegetarian, maybe a little bit more expensive, but I'm sure they have them. I also bought a capsule machine. Now, I've heard that there's a few different capsule machines. I've heard that this one is actually the best, and it's because in some of the other ones you put in all the bottom rows, and you get all the bottom parts of a capsule, and then you have to individually put the top capsules on by hand. This one, you can actually just put the top part of the capsule on one end, the bottom part, fill it in with the substance, put it together, there you go. So that is, those are all the basic ingredients for testing this out. So like I said, what we're going to start off with is the aniracetam and the CDP, the choline CDP. So that's what we're going to be starting with. I've heard taking about 1.5 grams over the course of a day is a good starting point for the aniracetam, and choline source is usually about, the anti to choline is usually about a 4-to-1 ratio, so that's about 375 milligrams. I'm going to split it up over the course of the day, and I've also, and since aniracetam is actually a fat soluble, I may take it with some EFA, some essential fatty acid pills, because capsules, because those actually, because it's the fat source, so it'll help it get into my system better. And also, EFA is actually a type of nootropic, so it actually is good for ADD, ADHD, depression, focus, memory, all that kind of stuff. So it actually is good for that kind of stuff as well. And there's lots of different stuffs about nootropics. B vitamins, a lot are good for you. So you can go and do a lot of research, but this is going to be my blog. That is a quick overview of getting started. So when I get to you next, I will have gone 24 hours with taking the aniracetam and the choline CDP, and we'll see if there's going to be any impacts. I've heard that sometimes it takes about 3 days to get going before you start to feel impact, but we're going to try it out, and I will let you know. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.